Oui, tu dois read out. I need you to read out. Lisez à haute voix le texte. OK. Avant moi. Oui. Oui, lisez. Read.
Les habitants de Paris amont allaient pour les capitales de l'équipe parce que ce n'est pas très loin. Ils peuvent aller en avion, mais le train est le moyen de transport préféré. Dans le passé, les voyages en train duraient plus de 2 heures. Mais maintenant, il faut seulement un heure et demie. Il y a deux services pour les personnes que veulent aller à Bruxelles. Le train. Les femmes d'affaires préfèrent le train car il ne s'arrête pas le temps. Entre Paris et Bruxelles, la vente de trains aisés pour les gens. C'est que le bill, ce n'est pas chose. Cependant, l'inconvénient, c'est quand on ne peut pas acheter de casse-croûte dans le train.
D'accord. Les habitants de Paris aiment. Okay, so this is not aimant, like you said. Aime. From the verb aimer, which means to like. Okay, so this is the plural aspect. Ils aiment, elles aiment. They like. Okay. Les habitants de Paris aiment aller à Bruxelles. Bruxelles, that is in Belgium. Okay. La capitale de la Belgique. Belgique is Belgium. Parce que ce n'est pas très loin. Ils peuvent. This is the plural from the verb pouvoir, which means can or to be able to. Ils peuvent. So it's not ils peuvent. OK? Ils peuvent aller à Bruxelles en avion. Mais le train est loin moyen. Moyen means moyen de transport, which means means of transportation. OK. Mais le train est loin, le moyen de transport préféré. Dans le passé, le voyage en train durait plus de 2 heures. 2 heures, which means 2 hours, more than 2 hours. Okay, so you were saying 2 heures. Okay, so it's 2 heures. There's something called liaison or enchaînement. I'll send you the video. So there are some words that the ending, the last consonant will be joined in pronunciation with the first letter of the next word. Okay, that's why you have your 2 heures. Okay, so apparently when you have to pronounce those two words here, right, joining X and H together, it gives you the sound Z, like the Z in English. So you have 2 heures, okay, not do air, 2 heures. So this makes your reading better off than someone that is just learning French, which is the phonetic aspect of French. Mais maintenant,
Okay.
OK, mais maintenant, il faut seulement. So it's not seulement. OK? And it is not maintenant. Maintenant. OK? Mais maintenant, il faut seulement 1 heure. 1 heure means an hour. 1 hour. 1 heure et demie. 1 hour and a half. That is 1 hour, 30 minutes. Il y a deux services pour les personnes qui veulent, not qui veulent. Veulent is from the word, from the verb vouloir, which means to want to, possibly to want to do something, to want to eat something, to want to say something, to want to. So this is the plural of the verb vouloir au présent de l'indicatif. Okay? il y a deux services pour les personnes qui veulent aller à Bruxelles. OK, le train Thalys et le train Exit. So two trains here. The first one is Thalys train. The second one is Exit train. OK. Les femmes d'affaires préfèrent le train Thalys. All right, prefer. From the verb préférer, which means to prefer. Car il ne s'arrête pas. S'arrête from the verb arrêter, which means to stop. Or you have s'arrêter, which means to stop oneself from doing something or from saying something. Okay, I know the time is, I want us to finish this. I'll send you the document, okay? And this
Okay,
video,
yes,
okay? Car il ne s'arrête pas dans les gares entre Paris et Bruxelles. L'avantage du train exit pour les jeunes, c'est que les billets, which means tickets, ok? C'est que les billets ne sont pas chers. The tickets are not expensive. Cependant, l'inconvénient, c'est qu'on ne peut pas acheter de casse-croûte dans le train. So here is con, which comes from the two words que, just like where you have parce que, okay, que and on. Because we want to merge it together, the O, the E will be cancelled and you have an apostrophe. That's why you have con. So sometimes you have the usage of that when you have Pascal because he, Pascal because she. So up here, let me write the Pascal I'm talking about. So normally you're supposed to have Pascal because. But when you want to say because he, it will change to Pascal. Pas, then kill. So the E will no longer be there. You now have IL, the pronoun for he. The same thing will happen to if you're talking about because she. So you have Pascal.
yes.
OK? So ici, nous avons c'est qu'on ne peut pas acheter de casse-croûte dans le train. So the on there represents nous. OK, donc, explication. Les
Okay,
habitants de Paris aiment aller à Bruxelles. So, inhabitants of Paris, they like to go to Brussels, which is the city, a city in Belgium. La capitale de la Belgique.
yes.
OK, so the capital of Belgium, they said it here, parce que ce n'est pas très loin. So, it is not very far from Paris. That's why they like to go there. Ils peuvent aller à Bruxelles en avion. They can go to Brussels by plane. Mais le train est leur moyen de transport préféré. But the train is their best means of transportation, their most preferred means of transportation. Dans le passé, le voyage en train durait plus de 2 heures. Okay, so in the past, the trip by train takes or lasts more than 2 hours. Mais maintenant, il faut seulement 1 heure et demie. But now, it is only 1.5 hours. 1 hour, 30 minutes. That's why I have, il faut seulement 1 heure et demie. Okay, so in the past, the trip by train takes more than 2 hours. But now, it is only 1 hour, 30 minutes. Il y a deux services pour les personnes qui veulent aller à Bruxelles. So there are two services for anyone or any person who wants to go to Brussels. D'accord?
D'accord.
OK. On continue. Le train, OK. Le train Thalys et le train Exit. So the two services they have is the Thalys train and the Exit train. Les femmes d'affaires préfèrent le train Thalys. OK. So femme d'affaires stands for the word business women. Femmes d'affaires, business women. Les hommes d'affaires, businessmen. So, but they use here femme d'affaires which is businesswomen prefer le train Thalys. So businesswomen prefers Thalys train car il ne s'arrête pas dans les gares. So because it doesn't stop at the park entre Paris et Bruxelles. So it doesn't stop at the park between Paris and Brussels. That's why the business women prefer Thalys train. L'avantage du train exit pour les gens. So the advantage for the exit train for the young people, c'est que les billets ne sont pas chers. It's because the tickets are not expensive. So business women prefer Thalys train. The younger people, younger persons, they prefer what? The exit train because the tickets are not expensive. Cependant, however, l'inconvénient, c'est qu'on ne peut pas acheter de casse-croûte dans le train. So the inconvenience here or the disadvantage for this other one that is not expensive, which is the exit train that the younger people take, is the fact that the snack cash fruit is not sold, all right, in the train. Okay, so the train is affordable, snack is not sold. Okay, so let's look at your question here before we wrap up this.
Okay.
Okay, I'll send you this video so that you can, and the document as well. Donc, nous avons les options ici, long. Long means slow, jeune means young person, moins means less, le train, train, plus, more, bon marché, that is something affordable, good purchase, which is something affordable, direct, manger, to eat, l'avion, airplane, bois, to drink, share, expensive, prêt, which has already been taken, which means near, femme d'affaires, business women. OK? On
Yes.
continue avec les questions ici. Les habitants de Paris préfèrent prendre Dash pour aller à Bruxelles. So Paris habitants, what do they like? What do they prefer to take to go to Brussels? You chose D, which is le train, which is the correct answer. But let's look at it. Les habitants de Paris aiment aller à Bruxelles, la capitale, parce que ce n'est pas très loin. Ils peuvent aller à Bruxelles en avion. They can go to Brussels by plane, but they prefer le train, which makes your answer correct. D'accord?
Yes, it does.
Et
Yes.
avant le train prenait dash 2 heures pour faire le trajet Paris. So in the past or previously, what train do they take that lasts up to 2 hours to go to Brussels? You chose E. Okay, so but let's look at the answer here. Firstly, in previously, they take what that lasts up to 2 hours, which is le train. Dans le passé, le voyage en train durait plus de 2 heures. Okay, so they take train, all right, in the past that takes up to 2 hours. Qu'est-ce que tu as choisi? You choose E, which is plus. Oui, le train prenait plus de 2 heures, which is the correct answer, okay? It said that it takes more than
Yes.
2 hours. Le train Thalys est populaire chez les Dash. Thalys train is popular for which category of person? Femme d'affaires. Let's look at it. Thalys train. Who takes Thalys train? Okay. Oui, la femme d'affaires préfère le train Thalys. Did you see it? Okay, so which makes your answer correct? M, femme d'affaires. Got them here. Le voyage entre Paris et Bruxelles est dash quand on prend le train Thalys. Okay, so when you're going to Brussels from Paris, all right, le
Yes.
voyage entre est dash. So it's for how long? G. You chose G is direct. Okay, so let's see. OK. Bruxelles, la capitale, parce que ce n'est pas très loin. OK. Et ils peuvent aller en avion, mais le train est le moyen de transport préféré. Okay, so you can actually take train. One can take airplane. They can also take train. Alright, le voyage en train durait blablabla, mais il faut seulement 1 heure et demie. Okay, il y a deux services and then the train here. So there's train and there is airplane as well. Okay, so but the question
Okay,
is
yeah.
le voyage entre Paris et Bruxelles est dash quand on prend le train Thalys. Train Thalys, that is direct now. Okay, so this is it. Les femmes d'affaires, they take Trent Thalys, okay? So obviously that one is more expensive and it also goes, but the younger people take Trent XZ, which is not expensive, okay? So you can choose that as well. You can also choose in this place that le voyage entre Paris et Bruxelles est dash quand on prend le train Thalys, okay? Train Thalys, it can actually be share. K. It can also be direct. Okay. So it's expensive because it is only business people that take it. It's also direct because they didn't tell us whether the plane is direct or indirect. They didn't tell us whether the train is direct or is indirect. But they told us that if you take the train, all right, if you take the train, it is less expensive. That is the train that the younger ones take. But the train that the business people take, which is Trantalis, it is more expensive, and that's why the younger ones take the other one, which is XC. So the best option here is
Oh,
share. Share means expensive. Okay.
train is expensive.
Share means expensive. Then you can
You said
also
train clean.
hein?
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Le voyage entre Paris et Bruxelles est dash quand on prend le train Thalys. Is expensive. Okay. If it's not expensive, you have the younger ones take it. But here it is stated that les femmes affaires préfèrent le train Thalys. Okay, car il ne s'arrête pas dans le guerre. So the two options, you can also take the two options. All right. You can take direct, you can take share. Do you get it?
Yes.
I'm not saying that your own answer is wrong, okay? For each of the options here or the answers here, there's something to back it up. One, I'm saying that direct because it doesn't stop at the park, it just goes straight to Brussels. Now, share
Okay.
because it is only the business women that can afford it. The younger ones cannot afford it. So you have two answers to choose. You either choose direct because it doesn't stop at the park, you choose share because the younger ones cannot afford it. Okay? Do you understand?
Yes.
That's why they said here, car il ne s'arrête pas dans les guerres. That's what I was saying. It doesn't stop at the park. It just goes straight to where it's going. Then they now say l'avantage du train exit pour les jeunes, c'est que les billets ne sont pas chers. The tickets are not expensive. So if you choose share, is the fact that it is expensive, okay? But if you choose direct, is the fact that it doesn't stop at the park. So make your option to know the one that you're going to choose. Remember that for every answer you choose here, so long as it has something to back it up, you get a little back from what is expected of the totality of that particular question. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
When, yeah, so it is when you do not write anything that you get a zero. Or it is when you choose an answer that is not even linked to the question at all that you get a zero. Okay.
Yes.
D'accord. Les billets du train, oh, we have passed that almost through. Les billets du train existent sont dash. Bon marché now. What did you choose here? C'est lent. So this cannot be correct. You know the meaning of lent? You know the meaning of lent, this word here.
No.
It means slow. Slow.
Okay.
So, and that is what you chose in this place, E, slow. But in the text, they never told us that the train exit that the young ones take is slow. They only told us that l'avantage du train exit pour les jeunes, c'est que les billets ne sont pas chers. It means that the train that the younger ones take, which is the exit train, is not expensive. Okay? They didn't tell us that it is slow. They only tell us that it is not expensive. Okay? It is not expensive. So you can't choose long for that question E. Okay? But you can choose bon marché. Bon marché means is a word used for a commodity or an item or a service that is not expensive. Okay? Donc, les billets de train existent sans bon marché. It is cheap.
Yes.
D'accord. F. Il n'est pas possible d'acheter à dash dans le train exit. I think the fact that you did not you didn't pick an answer for F possibly linked to the fact that you don't understand the question, right?
Yeah, I didn't understand the question.
Oui, il n'est pas possible d'acheter à Dash. It is not possible to buy to Dash dans le train exit. Okay. So what is not possible in the exit train? If you go back to the text, they said l'inconvénient, which is something that has to do with disadvantage, something that is demerit. Yes. Okay, disadvantage. Okay, so the first one line before this one says l'avantage, which is the benefit of exit train, is the fact that for younger ones, pour les jeunes, c'est que les billets ne sont pas chers. It's the fact that the tickets are not expensive. Cependant, however, l'inconvénient, the inconveniences or the disadvantage or the demerit or the bad side of the train, c'est qu'on ne peut pas acheter de casse-croûte dans le train. So what they did here was they mentioned the name of the snack, which is casse-croûte, that they don't sell. You can't buy. Okay, you can't buy. Ne peut pas acheter. So one cannot buy casse-croûte dans le train. One cannot buy snacks on the train, regardless of the fact that the train is cheap. One cannot buy snacks. So snacks is what you eat. And if you look at the options here, what is the word for something to eat? Manger. Manger. All right. We have manger to eat, boire to drink. Il n'est pas possible d'acheter à. So there is what, like I said, I explained to you, yeah, I explained to you one of the times when I was explaining grammar rules that I said that in a sentence or in a French statement where you have two verbs, right? One of the verbs will be conjugated in any tense at all, present, past, future, while the second one will not be conjugated. And that's why in our options, the verbs that they gave us, manger, boire, are still at their original state, which is at the infinitive stage, the fact that they are not yet conjugated. So when they are fixed into any sentence, it means that that sentence already has a verb that is conjugated, then these other ones will come in as non-conjugated verb. Okay, il n'est pas possible, it is not possible d'acheter à manger. Okay, so it is not possible to buy something to eat in the train, in the
Yes.
exit train. Tu comprends maintenant? Okay, ça va? Hanif, ça va?
Je suis
Your
d'accord.
video is
Je
off,
suis d'accord.
actually. Your video is
Oh,
off.
sorry. Sorry.
The video is off. I just wanted you to get the whole totality of the whole thing. Les habitants de Paris préfèrent prendre le train pour aller à la Bruxelles. So, Paris habitants, all right, prefer to take the train to go to Bruxelles. B, avant le train prenait, E, le train prenait.
Encore the question right.
Okay, so you see the answers here. C. Le train Thalys est populaire chez les Dash. The Thalys train is popular for which set of people? It's popular for femmes d'affaires, which is business women. D. Le voyage entre Paris et Bruxelles est Dash. Okay, so you have that as well. Les billets de train, we have answered all of these questions. Est-ce que tu as des questions? Nous avons fini. Tu as question?
Pas de question.
Pas de questions. On arrête ici. We're stopping here. Je vais, je vais envoyer cet document à ta mail. OK. So that you can also have the document. Ça va?